Fireman, heat fireman. Fireman.
Kaboom! Bang! Bang! Yes, my Lord, it is that hour. Once again we say, Hail I, Selassie I, King Jah, Rastafari, the first and forevermore, the Alpha and the Omega. No doubt it's beginning without the end. You better understand that righteously. Right now, I know for a fact you're just shocked. You want to say, what agwan? Yes, it is that hour. Once again, it is the hour of Emperor Haile I, King Selassie I hour, and it is definitely, no doubt, liberation to the natural gifted. We liberate the natural gifted. And this time of an hour, Umlilo Fire Talks, you better understand, it is basically now to the highest level, because we'll be uttering fire. Because when we say we utter fire, we're not going to be just joking no more, because we're going to be uttering strictly fire. And this time it's not going to be fire that comes out of me only, but this time of an hour we've got the ancient, we've got Elder Afa Negus, righteously, my ancient priest himself. Greetings, my
Bless
ancient.
up, my king.
Rastafari.
Oneness.
I know for the fact that we have you now, for one would have said for the second time inside the house, but most importantly we bring you, ancient, to the levels of the coronation time itself. We know for the fact that Emperor Haile I, King Selassie I, alongside with Empress Waizeromenenen, was crowned in 1930 in the 2nd of November. And once again, should I say, Olipa times, when it comes to 2nd of November, Rastafari families, they do celebrate these hours.
Yes, sir.
Now, one would ask, those that are out there in the ghetto who might be actually raising their sort of children, and they see their children getting to, I would say, Rastafari liberty and starting to trot, I would say, Nyabingi, and now going towards this time of an hour, moving about 7 days away from the ghetto. And most of the time, people tend to question these questions. But I know for a fact, Rastafari families do not ask such. They know now. But now, telling for the massive, basically, that why it is so much vital for the Rastafari community, especially the families of Rastafari, to celebrate the 2nd of November as the coronation of Emperor Haile Selassie.
Haile Selassie the first, Karamawi Hoeli Selassie the first, Moa Ambessa, Yamasagana, Madanilem Ixabira, Haile Selassie, the power of eternity. We say greeting at the house. Yes, I, brethren, we give thanks for the coronation, because we're moving to the pole shift.
True.
Yeah, we're moving to the pole shift. The earth is busy with cleansing.
True.
And so the lion have to come raw, 1930. It was actually 1399 when Pluto and Neptune, they intersect. So when Pluto and Neptune intersect, it takes them 493 years to intersect.
Now, when we talk Pluto, you talk about the
planets.
The planet, ancient. Yes,
the planet is the harbinger, the harbinger for the coronation.
See?
So 1882, Venus transit.
True.
So when Venus transit, 10 years after that, 1892, the emperor was born. And it also revealed the revelation which is say the 7 seals.
True.
The chapter of the 7 seals, because there was found, John was found, no one was found worthy to open up the book or to look upon the book or to lose the 7th seal thereof. So when the coronation came, it was when the seals was open and the mighty conquering lion roar, because the pole shift is at hand, the earth gonna be destroyed.
True.
You see, so now the children of the Lord must get ready by the coronation when the mighty roar come, because remember we was in captivity still. So the brethren who was in captivity, and I brought here the roar of the Lion of Judah, because it was 1930, it come the fulfillment. True. So now the Africa House was established by His Majesty, which is the Africa Wall.
True.
So the Africa Wall means the OAU, for the African unity. So that all Africans must sit for liberations of 400 years or 500 years of slavery, which is now...
Some even talk about 4,000 years.
Yeah, 400 years of slavery, which is from 1652 here in Cape Town, it begins. So from the 1400s, Bartholomew Diaz, Salajaman, Ridicule, all of them was circled. So we was in captivity. So it caused the lion to roar 1930, to say, here come the liberator now to set us free, and all black man free, those at home and those abroad.
Now, this actually, ancient, for the families of Rastafari, they look at Emperor Haile Selassie as God to the highest level. Now, when we talk about the crowning of him, what does that really mean when it comes to now the ones that are here in the south, Rastafari community?
Yes, the coronations mean the shepherd called the sheep. That is the coronation, because when the coronation come and the shepherd call, we hear from all the diaspora, with the living spora, and I at home we hear the cry of the Lion of Judah. So when the cry of the Lion of Judah comes, the coronation, then 72 nations bow down, including King Edward from England. Because they send their son Edward to come represent the throne of England in Ethiopia.
Now, the bowing of all these nations to Emperor Haile King Selassie on the 2nd of November, what symbolizes that to Rastafari? What kind of, I would say, impact does it have?
The impact that have 1930 means all nations see him crowned, so all nations bow. Because those nations that bow was take us in captivity. So they have to come represent themselves now to the black crown of Ethiopia to say that they're going to abolish slavery and send the people home. But they never do it because Europe want to continually enslave the black man and take his property and take his gold, take his wealth away and enslave its people. So His Majesty have to come and crown and talk to them because his wrath will come out of his mouth in the congregations of Geneva, in the congregation of the OAU, and all those in the United Nations. All of them have to come close now to work on the liberation for the black man.
True. Now, my ancient, the kind of message that comes out of a coronation, when the Rastafari community tends to gather, they gather from the 2nd until the 9th.
They're going to have a 7-day Nyabingi, you know.
7 days.
So,
Some even say 7 days, 7 nights.
Yeah, 7 days, 7 nights. But you know, it's 24 hours for one day.
True.
So you have a day and a night in a 24 hours. So that make one day.
True.
So we have 7 days, you know. And we have 7 nights celebrating the emperor because it's only we, the Rastafarian, that hear the shepherds crying. Because look how people who still in the colonization, they still worship the foreign idols. You know, they don't know the Lion of Judah is the returned Messiah, the returned Christ have returned in 1930, you know. Because 2,000 years ago, remember, they crucified the Christ, the same Romans. So it was the very same Romans at the Battle of Adowa that also want to attack the motherland, but the Emperor Black knows them. And he said to them in a conference of Geneva, you strike a match in Africa, it will burn Europe. And we see the Second World War of 1942, 41, Hitler get mad, Mussolini get mad, they want to conquer the world. But His Majesty come as a general field marshal and he plucked those them and he hang the flag, the same flag, he hang Ethiopia again, you know, and liberate the country.
So like to the, I would say to the African people, I would say it's more like a symbol of liberation.
African symbol liberation.
Especially when it comes to coronation, especially on the 2nd. Now, before I sort of reason more in terms of the days, I want for the ones that are out there in the ghetto, you might be now sitting tight, maybe preparation actually to yard to the coronation time. And it is about that time of an hour when we say to you, sit tight, please don't touch the dial, because we're still going to be reasoning more with the elder, especially in this coming segment. But righteously, right now, I want to say to you out there, Panina the Ghetto, lion paw, raw, like a lion. Lion paw. Yes, Aya. Yeah, me give thanks for you in the ghetto for uplifting that lion paw. Remember that, you may say this, it's about time that His Majesty Emperor King Selassie once again and again and again and again being crowned. If you don't know, you better understand it. And I want to pass my royal greetings and a royal, I would say, welcome to us. Actually, there's 7 angelicals that comes from Jamaica. Yes, I know for the fact we will be linking up in a Marcos Garvey community for these hours of the coronation time. If you don't know, you better understand. My ancient, as we've been reasoning, actually, many people start to understand that now. All right, when they come to Nyabingi, especially when it comes to coronation, there is a fire key that tends to, I would say, attract not just everyone, basically, because fire key itself, you know, the works of the fire key is to chant away all burdens, slackness, things. So give us just a reasoning around why it's so vital that the fire key must be actually sort of not only going around 7 times, but why it is so vital to light the fire key.
Yes, the fire key symbolizes the 7 Psalms, you know.
True.
Yeah, and the 7 Psalms is according to the purification.
True.
And the enlightenment and the redemption and the salvation and freedom. So when we burn the fire key, means we burn all botheration.
True.
You know, and when you come to the Nyabingi, you must have a one accord, you know.
When you say we burn all botherations, and because people are coming from their houses,
yeah,
they've
you
got
have,
a lot
you know,
of challenges, sometimes.
You don't
it's-
throw this all in the fire, you know.
Let's
Because when you
throw
come
it.
to the fire, you throw all your worries in the fire. Yeah. That's why the fire key is there. All your worries in the fire key is burn out.
true.
And then we will have one accord, you know, one love. We sing and chant. We are glorified. We praise Him and the hymns, you know, chantings, and we give thanks continually.
True. My ancient, I know for the fact, some people would say that there's psalms that are sort of that are cited during the fire key enlightenment. And then also there's psalms that are being actually, I'd say, cited when we are around the altar, should I say, the priests are around the altar. So just give us, I would say, sort of details around such. What kind of psalms that are being read when it comes to the fire key?
Yeah, when it comes to the fire, to the creed, you know, first, you know, they will
To the
have
creed
yeah,
first,
you will
yes.
have Psalm 1, Psalm 121, 122. You'll have 133, 24, you know, and you will have the creed.
True.
And then you will have the fire key also, which is
got its
fire-
own
it's
psalms.
got its own psalms, you know,
True.
like Psalm 83, you know, Psalm 21, you know. So all the psalms is there to purify I and to make the statement according to the liberty and according to the judgments. So all the judgment is in the psalms. It's not what we say, it's what the psalms say, you know.
True.
And then that is poured into the fire also for freedom and redemption, because it's a theocracy reign order. The order rule in a theocracy way, so it's God rule, you know.
True. The other thing that many people tend to request is that what is the kind of sort of dressing code when you throw it inside the, let's say, the coronation time? Because most of the time you see people dressing in early performs. You get some come up with their sort of camouflage gear, and you know, but in reality,
In reality, you should be wearing official, which is the white garment like the I dress.
True.
Because white garments show the purity.
See?
You know, the purity of the pureness,
See?
of the goodness of the Most High.
True.
So even you come Ethiopia, the traditional dress is white.
True.
So you will have white and red, gold and green, you know.
See?
So all members of the church should wear white garments
See?
to symbolize the purity.
True. When it comes to the mothers out there, I know that there's always sort of what you call it, not sort of one would call it respect amongst the matriarchs, the patriarchs. There's also respect among the youths, the council, the mothers' council, and the fathers' council.
Yeah, all contribute, you know. All contribute, all for one and one for all.
True.
So the real persons and the persons who do the work, you know, who have more information about what is going on. Then we have the youth council who's still learning.
See?
We have the daughters who also is mothers. They feed the youth. They pass the knowledge to the youth. We have the fathers, you know, they are busy to preparing. They are the warriors, the king warriors. So all of I have roles to play within the order, you know, because the order is a sacred order, a divine order.
See?
And the divine order is not chosen by man. It's chosen by the Almighty Himself.
Before we trot forward, I see here, my ancient, we've got the books that are sort of touching a lot of, I would say, we've got Elder Negus around. We've got, I would say, a lot of works, you know, from Babylon to Rastafari. Just giving us sort of an idea, like what you sort of reasoning around. Why it's so much vital to read upon the Elder Negus and read upon these kind of words?
These books are all divine books. They are sacred, you know. They're all divine and they all have powers.
True.
Like here we have the book of the going forth by day, which commonly called the book of the dead. So this book is 50,000 years old.
The book of the dead.
Yeah, it is the black man's Bible, you know, the book of the dead, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now from the book of the dead came the 42 natural laws. From the 2 natural laws come the 10 commandments in the King James Bible.
See?
So all those come from the ancient black man, you know, the Egyptian. That is his book, 50,000 years old. The James is 1611. You know, they are 1611 only, but that is 50,000 years old. Then you have the Kebra, which is the glory of the kings of Ethiopia. So all the kings of Ethiopia, they are recorded inside the Kebra. And from
So I think here on the Elder Negus, it gives now the so-called black people, or should I say the people that have been taking their history from slavery, to understand, or should I say to understand that our history does not only start from slave, because there are kings.
This book here,
that were
it
recorded.
starts with kings, you know, it's a Kebra Negus, it means the glory of the kings.
True.
So now from the glory of the king, then start from Babylon to Rastafari, this book here. Can I hold it the camera? So that book from Rastafari means say the slavery now. And in the slavery, when Rastafari blows 1930s trumpet, then the owl wake up and start to build the pinnacle in Ethiopia and in Jamaica. And from there rise the Rastafari, you know.
My ancient, I know that our time is very much
Yes,
limited, but I want the ancient, I need just to give the elder now that time that the elder to sort of write up that psalm, or to actually to cite up the psalm for I and I. But that for me, it will be basically a way of welcoming, the seven angelicals once again in this livit of, I would say, this is the African soil.
Gramawi, Weli, Selassie the first, for evermore. The Lord have said to my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. For the Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion, rule down in the midst of thy enemies. The high people shall be willing in the days of thy high power. In the beauty of holiness from the womb of the morning, they have the dew of thy youth. The King of kings and the Lord of lords, its swan shall not repent. Thou art forever a priest, a high priest after the order of Melchizedek. But Rastafari, great God at thy right hand, and he will strike through kings in the days of thy wrath. And he will wound the heads over many countries, and he will judge among the heathen, and will fill their places with dead bodies, and he will drink up the brook in the way. And he will lift up the head and give thanks to the Most High. Eli,
Selassie, King Rastafari.
I want perfect peace.
Rastafari, King
Selassie
Selassie
the
the first and forevermore.
Elis
Ngolo
Manis.
hlobo, masiphinde sidibane ku-segment elandelayo apho sobe siphethe khona powerful reasoning. Kaboom! Bang! Bang! Kaboom! Bang! Bang! Yes, I and I, if you don't know, once again we say Rastafari greetings, and of course we're still heading forward with the reasoning. And I know some people might be asking righteously right now, we've been talking coronation and with the ancient Afa Negus, and what are going now? Yes, I and I, it's about time. Remember, we're celebrating His Majesty Iwas, and definitely no doubt we're celebrating the coronation time. And this time of an hour, we want to look into the highest level when it comes to the levels of upcoming artists as well, when it comes to celebrating the life of His Imperial Majesty. But not only on that, because we know for a fact that His Majesty said to us, we must basically uplift one another to the highest level. So yes, Aya, it's about time that we reason to the highest level with Auza. My King, greetings.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. How do, my Lord?
I'm good, King, man. Kunjani ku?
Kuhle my leader man, uba usiqinile usibambe kakuhle kunjalo nje Selassie yayo sasibambe ngengceba zakhe. Leader, I know for the fact into kokubana ke njenge artist, because ke I was told ukuthi look, check out, there's upcoming artist that is going to be blazing fire non-stop. But before we talk that, abantu abaninzi kumlilo Fire Talks ukuze babe nokwazi uba bangathi ungubani babethethe.
Okay, King, man. Igama lami Nkosi Vumile uGungubele ifana nguDS Bongo. Uqhwesha kaGungu. Ngapha ya kumhlaba wakuQumbu.
True.
But okwangoku ke ndihlala lapha eDala.
eDala.
Josephat Phayiphala.
Man, wawuthi Dal, I know ke ngokuthetha ngeDal Josephat, kulaa mihlaba iphaya yakho maphal basically.
Lokishanyana nje incinci phaa ecangwembeko enhle kakhulu ekhula ngokukhawuleza.
Exactly.
Yiyo le.
My leader, like for many people will be knowing ukuba mhlambe abaphaya ephal ukuthi uya performer, but now njengomculi imvumi, but the kind of sort of song that you're bringing for us today, basically Upper Umlilo Fire Talks, and I've heard Dobana, you are so much loved with reggae music. Why did you sort of think about that?
Yo, King, man, okokuqala i-reggae music yo ndikhule ngayo, King.
True.
Ndikhule ngayo, ndizamile ukudoja engathi ndiyayizulisela, but ahlala hleli amazwi aphuma kuma-artist we-reggae akhuthazayo. Siyayazi i-reggae iyakhuthaza kakhulu uba umuntu aziphathe kanjani ngempilo, into ezinjalo, uthando, into engamandla, ukusherisha uthando.
Owakho umyalezo ke my leader, knowing that you are inspired by reggae, but owakho umyalezo uthini? Because I know ukubana une-CD seyiphumile.
Yeah, my King, ndine mixtape yami ephumayo apha ndiyiphushayo.
True.
Umyalezo wami kakhulu kule mixtape ngengoma zami ukwakha ukubumbana kwabantu abatsha, abantu abadala, kuhlonitshwane. Ngosayibona indlela benza ngayo abantu kule namhlanje. Umntana kamazi umuntu omdala, siyazibona iziganeko zokubulawa kwabantu abadala ngabantwana bebabulela lapho izizathu nje ezingabambelekiyo ngenxa yokunqongophala kwengqeqesho ngokomculo, imiculo esiyifumanayo.
Ndithanda le ndawo ukuthi kunqongophale ingqeqesho, not only like umcimbi woqoqosho kuba kuthiwa mhlawumbi economy, like, but it's basically laa nto kuthiwa yimbeko nalaa nto kuthiwa kuqeqeshwa kwabantwana. Now owakho umyalezo when it comes to, I would say, the reggae music itself, lena usiphathela yona, ingaba mhlawumbi wena ugxile ndawoni isikakhulu?
King, man, ndigxile kakhulu njengoba bendisentshilo ukuhlanganisa njengoba ama-artist we-reggae endithathile andifaka kwi-reggae andamkela xa ndiza nezimvo zam ndifuna iplatform yokuvakalisa izimvo zam through i-reggae music eyona industry music industry sentsho apha kwi-music industry endiyibonayo enokwazi ukwakha abantu abatsha licala le-reggae. So ndifuna ukuhlanganisa abantu abatsha njengoba kunale women and children abuse eyenzekayo kakhulu apha eMzantsi Afrika ne kunale ntetha ethi #notinmyname ndijoyina ngezizathu ezinjalo apha kwi-region.
So eyakho message is trying to say ebantwini let's bring in the love,
yeah,
and especially ke kumiwe lento kuthiwa abantu babe besilwa, especially ngakwicala lomama most of the
icala
time.
lomama, yeah.
But just give me the name of your song and I know into yobana uzoperforma yona soon and abantu xa befuna mhlawumbi ukudibana kunye nawe bangadibana nawe phi, sensure whenever people want to book you and kwaye usebenze nabani kule ngoma uza kuyiperform.
Okay, ingoma yam ndiyiphetheyo namhlanje ithi Camagwini. Kule ngoma ndisebenzile nabo King Junior B, ndisebenzile nabo King Biggie, ama-artist amaninzi olapho uMakhayelitsha, uSkula V, ndingenababala bonke ndisebenze nabo abo bantu. Okunye uKing Biggie ngoyena mntu ondiqume kakhulu kwicala lo music.
Mandikubambe apha because xa ndijongile phana nemizuzwana ebalekayo ndiyawujonga nje kufuneka ndithini athi kuma ndivale okona kubalekile noske ndichacise into kokubana you've got more time to share a lot of things when you perform. Ndiqinisekile into yobana you're going to tell us, you're going to give us more basically on your performance. Kodwa ke kuwe wena apha eGhetto, I know for a fact into yokubana mhlawumbi usazikhangela usazibuza ubana kwenzeka ntoni kuleli xesha kanye ndithi kuwe ufike sesihamba. But okona kubalulekileyo right now, this time of an hour, we're going to be unleashing one of the best, should I say to my highest level, one of the highest level of the artists, definitely when it comes to reggae music, because we are giving you an upcoming artist now to the level that whereby wena apha ekhaya endlini now uzawuthi xa uphuma uqonda ukuthi LNG camakho bawo nam ndinendawo ethi ke ngoku at this time of an hour, kaboom, bang, bang.
Hayibo, hey. Camagwini, oh, oh. Camagwini, oh, oh. Vumilitong, oh. Camagwini, oh, oh. Tanelo chamba. Camagwini, oh, oh. Vumilitong, oh. Camagwini, oh, oh. Tanelo chamba. Selipumililanga na kum sivulekile indlela zami yo ndizenga lunga bekezela tata wethu nyamezela wemfo wethu ubumnyama buzophela vele ukanya nakuwe whoa 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 aibo whoa 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 Camagwini yo vumilitong Camagwini yo Tanelo chamba Camagwini oh Vumilitong Camagwini oh Tanelo chamba Haibo hey Sezikusa na zotwa Kule mikibe yetu tulevanta Sesikumbe sisifu Sekuphelile ukuhlekisana bekezela tata wethu nyamezela wemfo wethu ukumnyama uzophela Nyamezela awemfo wethu umnyama uzophela vele kukhanya nakuwe